CV and cover letter review, a career coaching session. Dr. Marco Bianchi is reviewing Elena Rossi's CV and cover letter for a senior quality engineering position.
Thank you for sending me your CV and cover letter, Elena. I've reviewed them carefully, and I have some suggestions that I think will help you make a stronger impression on potential employers.
Thank you, Marco. I appreciate your feedback. I've been using the same CV for several years, so I'm sure it needs some updating.
Let's start with the CV. One of the first things I notice is that it's very focused on your job duties rather than your accomplishments. You describe what you were responsible for, but you don't provide much evidence of how well you performed or what impact you had on the organization.
I see what you mean. I guess I was just trying to be accurate in describing my responsibilities.
Accuracy is important, but it's not enough. Recruiters are looking for candidates who can demonstrate a track record of success. You need to showcase your achievements and quantify your results whenever possible. For example, instead of saying responsible for managing the quality control process, try something like, manage the quality control process, reducing defect rates by 15% and improving customer satisfaction scores by 10%. The key is to use action verbs and quantifiable metrics to highlight the impact of your work. What about the bullet points you've used?
What about the bullet points you've used?
They're a good start, but many of them are too general. Each bullet point should tell a story that showcases a specific skill or accomplishment. Think of each bullet point as a mini achievement statement that demonstrates your value to potential employers. For example, instead of writing participated in process improvement initiatives, try something like participated in cross-functional process improvement initiatives that reduced production costs by 8% and increased efficiency by 12%. The more specific you can be, the more impact your CV will have. Another area I'd like to address is the skills section. You've listed some technical skills, but it could be more comprehensive and tailored to the specific jobs you're applying for. Review the job descriptions carefully and identify the key skills and qualifications being sought. Then, make sure your skills section highlights those specific skills. Also, don't just list the skills. Provide some context or evidence to support your claims. For example, instead of just saying ISO 9001 auditing, try something like ISO 9001 auditing. Certified lead auditor with experience conducting 20+ internal and external audits.
That's helpful. I'll definitely work on strengthening my skills section and quantifying my achievements. What about the overall format and length of my CV?
The format is generally good. It's clean, organized, and easy to read. However, it's a bit too long. At 3 pages, it might be overwhelming for recruiters to review. For experienced professionals, I generally recommend keeping your CV to 2 pages. To reduce the length, focus on eliminating any irrelevant information or repetitive content. Prioritize the most recent and relevant experience and consider summarizing older or less relevant positions. Now, let's move on to your cover letter. One of the first things I notice is that it's very generic. It reads like a standard template that could be sent to any company.
I was trying to keep it concise and professional.
Conciseness is important, but your cover letter is your opportunity to make a personal connection with the employer and demonstrate your genuine interest in the specific role and organization. A generic cover letter suggests a lack of effort and genuine enthusiasm. Your cover letter should be tailored to each specific job application, highlighting how your skills and experience align with the organization's needs and demonstrating your understanding of their values and priorities. Start by researching the organization thoroughly and identifying their key challenges, goals, and values. Then, use your cover letter to explain how you can help them achieve their objectives. For example, instead of just saying, "I am interested in this position," try something like, I am particularly drawn to Global Tech's commitment to sustainability and believe my experience in implementing ISO 14001 certified environmental management systems can contribute to your organization's goals of reducing its carbon footprint by 20% by 2027. The goal is to show that you've done your homework and that you're genuinely excited about the opportunity to contribute to their specific mission. Another important element of an effective cover letter is storytelling. Use your cover letter to tell a compelling story about your career journey and how it has prepared you for this specific role. Instead of just listing your qualifications, weave them into a narrative that highlights your passion, your problem-solving abilities, and your commitment to excellence. For example, you might describe a challenging project you led, the obstacles you overcame, and the results you achieved. This helps the employer see you as a dynamic, engaging individual rather than just a list of skills and experiences. Finally, make sure your cover letter is error-free and professionally formatted. Typos, grammatical errors, and formatting inconsistencies can create a negative impression and suggest a lack of attention to detail.
I used to think the cover letter was just a formality, but I now realize it's a crucial opportunity to make a personal connection and showcase my passion,
explains Elena. I'm going to rewrite my cover letter to focus on storytelling and demonstrating my understanding of each specific organization's needs.
By following these guidelines and tailoring your CV and cover letter to each specific job application, you can create a compelling marketing package that showcases your skills, experience, and value to potential employers in quality and environmental fields.